You are always tired, but you cannot sleep. You are always busy, but you cannot stop. You want to relax, but your body doesn't know how. This is not laziness. This is not weakness. This is a nervous system that never learned that it was safe to rest. Today, we talk about why and how to teach it something new. There is a specific kind of exhaustion that no amount of sleep fixes, a tiredness that lives beneath the tiredness, a chronic activation that runs even when you are doing nothing, when you are lying down, when the day is over, when by all external measures everything is fine. If you recognize this, if your body seems to have forgotten how to truly rest, you are not broken. You are dysregulated. And dysregulation, unlike brokenness, can change. The autonomic nervous system has a third branch that most people have never heard of. Beyond the sympathetic fight-or-flight response and the parasympathetic rest and digest response, there is the ventral vagal state, described by neuroscientist Stephen Porges in his Polyvagal theory. The ventral vagal state is the state of social engagement, of genuine safety, of the kind of rest that is not just the absence of threat, but the presence of connection, warmth, and ease. This is the state in which humans are designed to spend most of their time. Learning, connecting, creating, resting fully. But for many people, particularly those who grew up in environments of chronic stress, unpredictability, or emotional unavailability, the nervous system never fully learned this state. It learned vigilance. It learned activation. It learned the exhausted collapse that follows too much activation, but it never truly learned rest. How does a nervous system learn that rest is not safe? It learns through experience, through the repeated experience of environments where relaxing meant missing something important, where lowering your guard meant being caught off balance, where stillness felt dangerous rather than restorative. The child who grew up in a home with an unpredictable parent, where calm could shatter into crisis without warning, learned to stay alert during the quiet moments. Because the quiet moments were when things could suddenly go wrong. The child who grew up with chronic emotional unavailability, where they were responsible for reading the emotional temperature of the room, learned to keep their nervous system in a state of low-level scan, always monitoring, always checking. The child who experienced any form of chronic stress, financial instability, parental conflict, illness, neglect, learned that the world requires constant vigilance to navigate safely. That child grew up. But the nervous system kept the strategy. What does a nervous system that never learned to rest look like in an adult? It looks like an inability to do nothing. A compulsive productivity that feels like drive, but is actually a form of regulation, staying busy because stillness feels intolerable. It looks like difficulty being present in moments of genuine pleasure. The vacation that doesn't feel relaxing, the celebration that feels hollow. The good moment that the nervous system cannot fully receive because it is still scanning for what might go wrong. It looks like sleep that doesn't restore. Lying down, but not landing. The mind continuing its activity long after the body has stopped moving. It looks like a chronic low-level anxiety that has no specific content. Not fear of something. Just a general activation that never fully settles. Let me give you some real examples of what this looks like in daily life. The person who cannot watch a movie without also checking their phone, not because they are uninterested, but because pure receptivity, pure stillness, feels too exposed. Their nervous system needs a second point of stimulation to feel safe. The person who plans their vacation down to every hour, who cannot tolerate unstructured time, who comes back from a holiday more exhausted than when they left, because the nervous system was working the entire time. The person who feels most alive in crisis, who is extraordinarily competent when everything is falling apart, and strangely flat, almost depressed, when things are actually fine. Their system learned that activation equals aliveness, rest equals danger. The person who wakes at 3 a.m. with a racing mind. Not because anything is wrong, because the nervous system has been waiting for the moment when the distraction stopped, to deliver everything it has been holding. Do any of these feel familiar? You are not failing at rest. You were never taught how to do it safely. Teaching the nervous system that rest is safe is not a mental process. It is a somatic one. It happens through repeated experiences of safety, through the gradual accumulation of moments in which the nervous system activates its ventral vagal state and discovers that nothing bad happens, that it can stay there, that rest is not a trap. This is why certain experiences are so powerfully regulating. Being in nature, where the environment is predictable and non-threatening. Being in genuine connection with another regulated nervous system. Co-regulation. The same process that helps infants settle in the arms of a calm caregiver. Breath practices that specifically activate the vagus nerve. Slow, rhythmic movement. None of these are complicated. All of them require something that is genuinely difficult for a dysregulated nervous system, slowing down enough to let them work. I want to offer you a first practice, one of the simplest vagus nerve activations available. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. Now breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now breathe out, slowly, for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The exhale longer than the inhale. This is the key. The extended exhale directly activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Again, breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice what happens in your chest, in your belly, in your shoulders. One more time. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a natural breath and notice, is there even a small settling? A fraction of softening somewhere in the body? Now, a second practice. This one uses sound, one of the most direct ways to activate the vagus nerve. Take a slow breath in and let it go. On your next exhale, I want you to hum any note, whatever feels natural, just a gentle, continuous hum as you breathe out. Breathe in and hum as you breathe out. Feel the vibration in your chest, in your throat, in your skull. That vibration is directly stimulating the vagus nerve, which runs from your brainstem through your throat and into your belly. Again, breathe in and hum as you breathe out. One more time. Breathe in and hum. Take a natural breath and notice, is there anything different? Even slightly warmer? Even slightly more settled? That is your ventral vagal state beginning to activate. That is your nervous system receiving the message, for perhaps the first time in a long time, that it is safe to come down. That practice, done for even 3 minutes, begins to teach your nervous system something it may have never fully learned, that it is safe to come down, that rest is available, that the vigilance can pause. And now, a third practice. This one is specifically for the moments when you notice your body refusing to settle, when you lie down but cannot land, when the mind keeps running after the body has stopped. Take a slow breath in and let it go. I want you to try something called physiological sighing. It is one of the fastest ways to shift the nervous system into a state of rest. Breathe in through your nose, fully, and then at the top of the inhale, take one more small breath in, a double inhale, filling the lungs completely, and then a long, slow, complete exhale through your mouth, letting everything go. Again. Breathe in and in again at the top. And then a long, slow exhale. One more time. Breathe in and in again. And exhale completely. Take a natural breath. And notice, is there any difference in your chest? In your shoulders? In the quality of the silence around you? That double inhale fully inflates the small air sacs in the lungs that collapse under stress, and the extended exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system more powerfully than any single breath can. Scientists at Stanford have found this to be the single most effective real-time technique for reducing stress in the body, and it takes less than 30 seconds. The next time you cannot rest, try this first, not as a cure, as an invitation to your nervous system to remember that rest is something it is allowed to have. You are not too wired to rest. You are a nervous system that learned vigilance in an environment that required it. And now, with patience, with practice, with the right tools, you can learn something new. The rest you have been searching for is not a luxury. It is your birthright. Subscribe to Soul Decoded. And in the comments, does this resonate with you? Do you recognize the nervous system that cannot rest? Tell me what rest feels like in your body right now. Even just one word.